we are going to be discussing the development that has happened and brought relief to many Nigerians. Well, will bring relief, hopefully, to many Nigerians. Now, over the weekend, we saw how there's been, a price reduction, and this was done, really kindly by the Dangote refinery. So the reduction in petrol prices, according to the report, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, that's IPMAN, has announced that petrol will now sell for 935 naira per litre, thanks to a new arrangement with Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Now, before the IPMAN did that, their own release to tell us that there's going to be a reduction, we saw how the Dangote refinery made the announcement, which they say it is because of considering the festivities going on. It's all about giving back in this festive period. So he's also doing, or they are doing their own part. So this development comes after a period of intense pricing competition in the downstream sector, which saw the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, as the NNPCL, slash petrol prices by 12% to 935 naira per litre. The Dangote refinery had earlier reduced its ex-depot price to 899 naira per litre, triggering a price war between the two major players in the industry. The reduction in the petrol prices is expected to bring relief to many Nigerians who have been struggling with the high cost of transportation and other petroleum products. Let's not forget how it has affected every other sector in the economy. So according to the National Bureau of Statistics, that's the NBS, it says the country's inflation rate rose to 21.9% in November of 2024, up from 21.5% in October of 2024. The reduction in petrol prices is expected to help mitigate the impact of this inflation in the economy. So this is what we are going to be talking about. That's what we want to hear from you when it comes to how the prices would change Nigerians' life, would change your life as a citizen, and also if it has taken effect in your own location, because it starts today. And when they say today, it should start by 12 a.m. of this Monday, and now it's about 8:35. So let's hear from you if at all you've heard that reduction. So we're going to open the phone line. The numbers will be displayed on your TVs, your devices, and you can call any of the number or send WhatsApp message via the numbers. We want to also hear, have you noticed the reduction in any areas? Perhaps in your own area, there's not been reduction of fuel, but have you heard someone call to say, oh, I have bought for 900 and something, as of last week, or as of even yesterday, we were buying fuel for over 1,000 naira. But now they're saying that it's going to start. So let's hear from you, wherever you are, your location. Do not forget, if you're calling, share your name and where you're calling us from, and let's hear from you about the fuel price reduction, if at all it has taken effect in your own place, and if not, what are your expectations of the effect of all of this? Is there more expectation of it reducing more, considering we've seen how the Port Harcourt refinery has started working, even though there's still a little bit of kind of a holding of information in that access, because it's still not transparently as Nigerians would hope it would be. Good morning. Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Michael Asam. I'm calling from Abuja.
Michael from the FCT. Good to have you this morning. Let's hear your take.
Yes, it's good that the price reduction in pop price. But the big question, as you said, is hope we are not going to be hearing we still have old stock. Because when it comes to price reduction in Nigeria, it's a very big challenge to them to respond. When there is an increment, it takes automatic effect. You will see prices changes in filling station in the market and all of that. But price reduction is always a big challenge. Then you begin to hear we still have old stock. With the taxi driver that used to charge 1,000 naira reduced to 800, 700 because of this price reduction, With the market women or market people that said, let's say, palm oil for 97,000, reduce it to, let's say, 95, 90, 94 because of price reduction. Will this change make effect in the society? Or it's still going to be business as usual? Because that is the problem. Because we don't see any effect on it. Here, I'm telling you, some filling stations have not adjusted their price since the announcement. They will tell you this old stock. And you cannot fight them. Either you drive in, you drive out without buying, or you buy. Or you look for where they are selling the official price.
Okay.
We did adjust their prices because of this reduction. Because where you were entering yesterday for 1,000, I see the same 1,000 you're entering this morning. The same thing we bought yesterday, last week, you see the same thing we're buying this morning. It will not make any effect. We just hear it, you just go to edit the papers.
Now that's really disheartening. But yes, appreciate you for calling. Saying it as it is. Thank you so much, Michael, for that take. I mean that is a concern. But this is the reason why we open the phone line, of course, to have a vast opinion and find possible solution on situations in our country. Yes, it has passed. Yes, the IPMAN, hopefully later on would have someone from IPMAN to talk about this. Yes, we know that it's going to take effect today, or it has already, or it should already. And but then there's that concern of people would always hold on to say we already bought things when it was this, so we have to get our profit back before we revert to the recent one. That's a really sad situation if that should happen. Then good morning. Good morning. Do we still have the caller on the line?
Hello, good morning.
Yes. Shatima.
Hello, Summaya, good morning.
Good morning, Shatima.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How is Maiduguri today?
Maiduguri, alhamdulillah. We thank God.
Okay. So let's hear from you. Currently, has the reduction of price take effect in Maiduguri?
Well, in Maiduguri, I know the cheapest price that we buy is 1,080 naira. In some filling station, 1,150 naira. That's the price currently now. But we don't know what will happen in the later day. But we are afraid to go to touch their hearts and follow the price that the new price they have take. But the issue is remain as it is. Like one of my brother that just dropped a phone have said, this thing need the enforcement by the government, because our people have tested the sweetness of exploitation and extortion. They cannot reduce the price by just mere just an announcement by the media or the mere. In fact, they have to make an enforcement by the government. They make a team of enforcement. They will be following station by station. If not, they will not. They will not abide, because they have tested the sweetness of the extortion, as I said. And secondly, this fuel price, Summaya cannot reduce the price of goods in the markets, to be sincere, because our marketers, they have become wicked, I can say. You see, all these things, as my brother said, they will be saying it's an old stock. They buy it at the higher price. They cannot sell it at the new price. Even they buy it cheaper, they cannot sell until they see just an enforcement by the government. So, and secondly, price of goods, they can only become down. To me, government have to impose a law to stop owning a store by an individual. Let it make it a law in this country. It was only state government, local government, and federal government have the freedom or by law to have to own store. All these price that you're seeing is going higher and higher because marketers, they have stores. They just stock the goods when goods are cheap, like during during the rainy season when it was in harvesting time, they go to the farm straight and buy that crops. They cultivated it, they bucket it and they take it to store, and they will not remove it. They will not sell it until when it become too expensive. So I think the only thing that government will do is by enforcement. That's the only solution that we have.
Okay.
People, they not fear God. What they are worshiping is money. What they are worshiping is money. Now we have a new religion of money. More than half of Nigerians, they have joined that that line. What they are after for is money. So that's my take.
All right, I appreciate you, Shatima, for that. A wonderful take there. I must agree. At the end of the day, the people that are worshiping money will have to set their brain back into, coming back to make sure they worship God, of course, and be patriotic, and knowing that every little thing you do would affect your country. And if you love your country as you claim you do, because if you leave Nigeria, trust me, you don't get the freedom as you would get in your country. So if you love your country, all you want to do is to make sure you give your own quota. But yes, talking about people hoarding food items, we've seen that happen on several occasions, which was the reason why expert stakeholders have called on the price control that Shatima just made mention of, saying if we don't have people who will impose, make sure they check on these people. A lot of things are happening. Recently, I went to buy fuel, and NNPC, I was being charged the 15 naira VAT. It's saying, they say it has to come from my own pocket, so they include it in my time. Like, why should I bear the burden of that? Already, I have to pay VAT on every other thing. Why should when I'm buying fuel already, I still have to pay the VAT for that? So a lot of things are happening right under our news that we're seeing, and perhaps that price control that the federal government is yet to address is something that we really need. Do we still have the caller on the line? All right, go ahead, call us via any numbers on your TV screen, or you can send WhatsApp message. Let's read out your message. If you're sending, do not forget to include where you are sending your name and of course where you're sending that message from. All right, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning.
Please turn on the volume of your TV. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling
good morning. I'm Ismail calling from Niger.
Ismail from Niger State. Let's hear your take. Has the fuel of the price of petrol in Niger State been reduced?
No, not yet. We only had it on media, but not yet. Even yesterday, I bought fuel at 1,145 naira.
Yeah, no, it's supposed to take effect today. So have you heard any news from anybody?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
You see, one of the major problem is, just as Mr. Shetima said, he really digested many of the problems we are facing. You see, like my own place in Niger State here, we are almost close to the border. Or let me say we are at the border of Benin. So one of the problem is, for several occasions, you will hear that the PPRL, the people that control the issue of fuel, they will come whenever they are coming over. A lot of initiation we start closing.
Interesting.
So, and even those that did not close before, it is only Total and I think corn oil that will be operative, but many other filling stations will close up. And in terms of liter, there is nothing to write home about, to be very candid with you. So I don't know the reason why these people have been compromised. Even when they come, they definitely know that why will you even inform them that you are coming? In the first place, if you are really coming to do the right thing you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that is one. Secondly, the issue of this price control, I think the way Mr. Shetima suggested, government have to come in. Prior before now, even when fuel is being sold at 140 something thousand years back, 145 naira. We buy above in our area here. And he also, Mr. Shetim also made mention of the issue of grains. That is one of the major problems we are facing. In my own place here, a lot of people will go to the farm and buy a whole farmland. Even before cultivation, they will buy everything, and before you know, they will stock it. Once it started getting, come to my area and see how even processed rice is being taken out on a daily basis. You will wonder where are all these things being taken to. So the way it's suggested, I think it's high time government should come in terms of price control. If all this aspect is being taken care of, believe me, we are going to have it ease in this country. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, it has to be better. We have to do right by our country. But same for about two people now to be echoing the same concern about the implementation of this. It's really scary. It means there are loopholes. When a decision is being taken, there seem to be a lot of loopholes that are not addressed, and until those things are addressed, every decision, every implementation of things would not really benefit the average Nigerian. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm calling from Yola. My name is Haman.
Okay, good to have you from Yola. Let's hear your take.
From Yola. My name is Haman. Jimeta, Yola.
Yeah, I can hear you. I know you're calling from Yola. Go ahead.
Yeah. Our problem is here. Our fuel is up to now. They are still selling it at other police stations like 1,100 naira. Unless mega station they are selling it like 1,008 naira. So up to now, we couldn't see any reducing in this fuel problem in Adamawa.
Even from NNPCL?
Up to now, they couldn't reduce it. It's only Mega is still selling at 1,008 naira. Other stations are selling at 1,100. Like there is
I'm sure this is from yesterday. What about today? Have you heard from anybody in the city of Yola to tell you that any update?
No. This morning I couldn't check information, but day before yesterday I buy it at one private filling station about 1,100 naira.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about the NNPC saying they've reduced the fuel price?
So up to now we couldn't know whether up to now they didn't reduce anything in this our area in Yola. So we don't know. Maybe later in the day they may reduce it. We don't know.
Yeah.
But present now there's nothing reduced in our filling station in Yola.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and this problem of commodities now in our market. Like rice now, they are selling it around 2,600, the best one. There's what are they calling granules? It's almost 4,500 naira.
That's granite oil?
Granules.
Okay.
So, yeah, and this beans, they are selling it at 4,000. So all these things, it's because of this problem of fuel, they're causing all these things that doesn't reduce. Because supposed to be by now, this type of rice, beans, and this is supposed to be reduced. Like this is now, what are they calling? Maize is 1,700 naira.
Okay.
Supposed to be at least by now, you'll sell it at least maybe 1,000 or 1,000 something. And all these things have not reduced up to now. And these people, big people that have money, they are following people at the market, at a farm, buying all these things, keeping them at their own places. Later on in the day, when the things come by around June or July, they'll increase the money on it, selling in how they like to sell. So I don't know how they are making us on this kind of things that is happening.
Okay. All right, thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for calling and sharing your take. Yeah, there is that concern of course, how fuel price have affected commodities. Maize that he talked about being 700 per mudu used to be one of the most cheapest food, which the poor can take and consume in their family. But right now, talking about it to 700, how many people would consume that 700? And it's going to finish. It just breaks our heart that we are seeing this. We're seeing Nigeria, that is an agro state, face this kind of situation. It breaks our heart that we're seeing this happening, honestly. But then one of the key factors, apart from insecurity, especially in the northern parts, which are known for agriculture, it's the fuel price. So it's been implemented so far. We've seen federal government say this is what we're going to do, but and also the IPMAN and the NNPC have also come out to say it's going to start today. Now, bear it in mind that it is starting today. It has started rather from 12 a.m. This morning, and so perhaps some people have started. I'm yet to hear someone calling to say they have heard or they have been out and the price has reduced. And yes, our first caller this morning made mention of how speedily, when the increment comes, there is implementation. I remember on September when the NNPCL just immediately increased fuel price from 617 naira to 873 naira, I think. It was done really quickly. People were buying fuel. People were on queue for fuel, and then all of a sudden they said the attenders, the people there selling the fuel just paused and say, oh wait, we got a call, and then right now we're changing the price. It was swiftly. There was no new stock first before implementation. It was still on that old stock that they had. Let's pick this call. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, thank you for joining us. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Nebusa here.
Okay, where's that?
And my name is Yusuf from Nebusa, Niger State.
Okay, Yusuf from Niger State. Good to hear from you. Let's hear your take on the fuel reduction, the prices. Do we still have Yusuf on the line? All right, we lost that call. Now we have few messages. Let me just pick this one. It's really short. All right, this message here is saying good morning. So we we are all playing the waiting game. That's what this one is saying. He says, as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration has reduced the pump price, we're waiting for fuel stations and traders and also transportations to do the needful. Now, this message is from Lansani from Kurume Musa in Kaduna State. Thank you so much, Lansani, for that. It's really breaks our heart that we're doing the waiting game as it should be. If there is a quick implementation of fuel increment, then there should be a quick implementation of the reduction, and this is something that it tends to be a bit slower, so perhaps there should be a level of implementation. Now, this free market situation has also made life really difficult for average Nigerians, because as much as we have the good ones, because a previous caller made mention of the fact that I think it was Shatima, he said all traders are wicked now. I want to still exempt some people, but then some people really extort from others, and it breaks our heart that is happening. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from?
This is Apaseko. I'm calling from Gombe State.
Oh, good to have you from Gombe, Apaseko. All right, let's hear your take.
Sincerely speaking, it has not taken effect in our area here. But suffice to say that the three first callers, they've spoken well. That is the problem we are facing. The fuel price has racketeered things up. When you get to the market, you cannot buy anything. And those that are hoarding the stocks in their shops and houses, price control not effective. I remember we normally have a price control sometimes in 1997, 98, 99, but all of a sudden it went sour. We no longer see those things. If there are price control that will checkmate all what we are having in our market, you will see that most reasonably things will go down. I remember going to buy a dining table. They said the dining table was 150. By the time I get back to the dining table, it was 400 and something. What kind of a country are we? It's skyrocketed. Sachet of the picnic we normally buy 50 naira. Now goes for 250. What kind of country is this? My sister, these people are doing well. Oh. Help us speak to these people in authorities. They have money to throw around. I listen to how much the president, the vice president will globe for traveling and eating. 94 point something. What kind of country is this? When the poorer gets poorer, the richer gets richer. Help us, oh. God will bless it. People are doing wonderfully well. Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you this morning. God bless you.
Amen. And God bless you too. And God bless our country. I appreciate you for that call. Yes, it honestly breaks our heart. This is happening in our country, but we have to we are not giving up. We have to keep pushing. We have to hold the people accountable. If we give you a public office, it's because we want you to serve us, to serve the country and the people. So we will keep holding everybody accountable. If there is, if there's anybody that should hold, other people should be perhaps the ape man. There should be a regulatory body to hold people accountable and make sure that everything is being implemented as it should be. All right, we'll pick this call. This will be the last call for today this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
I am Akedusi Ayodele. I'm calling from Oshogbo.
Good to have you from Oshogbo this morning. Has the fuel price reduction taken effect there?
The fuel price has not reflected. But if it is increased within 30 minutes, it would have been affected. It has not been affected. Secondly, the issue of price control is not the next thing we should do in Nigeria. Price control will lead to scarcity and hoarding of materials.
Okay.
So if the free economy is as it is, you will realize that we'll be having more lower prices will be forced down by natural forces. Those that are hoarding, they will have no place to hoard. That's just my own submission. God bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. There's that take. Okay, now talking about this price control. Yes, in the 90s, we had Nigerian government started this whole situation, introduced price control to address, some kind of inflationary pressure. And the government's price control, included about Price Control Act and then government control on public enterprises. But then we saw how, global economists have called on concern, saying if at all there is that price control, then it's definitely going to affect, market economies, and people just recommended that it should be avoided in general. So hence what the last caller was just talking about, saying that if at all there is the price control, this could happen. As much as we know that herding is something we want to try to avoid, price control might lead to that more. But we have to understand and weigh the pros and cons. Perhaps maybe there will be a day where we get to also talk more about this price control and a more deeper level, because everything you see in this one has advantage or disadvantage. So you weigh it, which is better. And if the advantage outweighs the disadvantage, then that's the right course to take to implement that. And if the disadvantage outweighs the advantage, then we would have to take on that. So hopefully we get to have a conversation on that part. Now we have, I think, a few 2 to 1 messages that we could pick this morning. Let's take on this one. It's from Eddie, right? I think we'll take the one from Eddie. All right. He said, I am Idris Musa from Gusau, Zamfara State. He said the price of petrol is still high as it is 1,200 naira per liter. So the prices of other things remain how it is. Changing from higher, it is much higher. than the price of yesterday. So most especially commodities. Transport fare from Gusau to Kaduna is 8,000 naira, while Kaduna to Gusau is 7,000 naira. It is huge. Now, he said, I just came back yesterday, so in a nutshell, nothing seemed to be reducing down, but it's always increasing. And that's what he has to say. Really, sad situation going on. Hopefully we get to see a U-turn on the prices as well. But yeah, we have our guest already, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will be still talking on this reduction. So do not go anywhere. Promises to be really interesting. We'll be right back.